Good morning, folks. Welcome to episode 8 of Photo Australia. To date, we have messed around a little bit. We have played around with a bit of software. We have gone out and tried to do a couple of panoramas, or panodrama, I think, as it was called. But what we'd like to talk about today is photo clubs. The area in which we live is the Fleurieu Peninsula in South Australia, and across the state we have a very strong network of camera clubs or photographic clubs, depending on what you want to call them. We all live under the umbrella of an organisation called the South Australian Photographic Federation. You can find it at sapf.org.au. And on there you'll see a listing of all the camera clubs across South Australia. This is replicated right across Australia and indeed across, I think, most countries of the world. And camera clubs are a great way to improve your photography, to learn about photography. They're not just for professionals, far from it, in fact. They're for everyone, and whether you're picking up a camera for the first time in retirement, which is there's a lot of that goes on, believe me, and we see people in two groups. We see people prior to family coming along, when they've got the time to be investing in things like photography. Family life tends to impact on that fairly heavily. And then we don't see that age group for several years, and then when the kids grow up and leave home and the camera buff has got a bit of time back on their hands, they go looking for things to do, and the camera club often comes to the fore. And when people retire, it's a big factor in retirement, when people who've been working all their lives and gainfully employed and active, looking to do things, using their brains, using their hands, and you retire and it comes all to a grinding halt and you go, oh my God, this is terrific. And after 2 weeks, your wife's going, will you get out and go and do something, for God's sake? So you look around for things to do. And camera clubs are a great way to be involved in the community, to socialise, to get out and about, to see things. They have field trips, they have workshops, they really do work very, very hard to involve you, and you'll get as much out of a camera club as you put into it. Okay, so today we're going to look at how a camera club runs its competition, and we run it using various methods, and it's a bit of a dog's breakfast. It's been everywhere over time. But one thing that we use here on the Fleurieu, where we have two clubs down here, the South Coast Camera Club and the Goolwa Camera Club, both of those clubs use software called Photocomp. It's written in England, it's used worldwide, and it's pretty good. And in this current environment of lockdowns and no meetings, and I'll call it physical distancing, not social distancing, because we don't want to distance ourselves socially, we just want to distance ourselves physically. We've found that running competitions we can't do, of course, where we all met and brought along our prints and sat in a room and had our judging. So we've had to look to other methods, and Photocomp had a online portal in it, very much underutilised, and that's been expanded and is now being used more and more. So today we're going to run through the whole steps of Photocomp, because there is a little bit of confusion out there on about how to use it. So we thought we'd dedicate this video today to the whole process. So right from this first step, we're about now to download it from the internet, and we'll talk you through it.
Hello everybody. So thanks Grant for the introduction. So this is our Camera Club week, and we'll be posting videos on various things for the camera clubs. Okay, so first thing is I haven't downloaded this on this computer yet, so we'll go to their website. So I'm just going to search in Photocomp. I'll give you their web address. Okay, so Photocomp software, it is www.photocompsoftware.com. So now we'll want to download, which is a free evaluation copy. So once you talk to Phil and purchase a copy, he will send you the correct codes to open up the software so you can use it and then put all your settings in for your camera club. There's there's a couple of different versions of Photocomp software. You can also buy a server space for your camera club, which I sort of recommend for camera clubs. That way that you can do online entries, which streamline the whole process. I think, and I think you might agree, Grant.
Absolutely, and if you notice on the right-hand side there, under where you are, pricing is there in English pounds, and the second item there is what Brad's talking about, the use of the web entry facility, £50 a year. Just do it. You will regret not doing that. So just think of it as a package to do.
Yeah.
But as you look at this for the first time, so you can download this free evaluation copy, and it's the same copy that you'll use in real life, but you'll get a registration number once you pay the coin across. And have a good read of the documentation here. There's lots of videos and articles and stuff on this, and it's by and large, look, it's pretty good. It certainly speeds up your competition running. The receiving of entries, I know at Gore, where it used to be done fairly manually, they used to email images in, and they used Google Drive for a while. And this, it was so much easier from a comp organisation point of view using this software, because you could process the competition in a very short period of time. It was made life very simple. It stores all your results. It collates. It's a pretty powerful little piece of software. And it hasn't been designed, and Phil, the writer of it, Phil Stapleton is the writer of it, based, I believe, in London. Hello, Phil. He says that the online judging portal of this is not something that's been written specifically for online judging. It's something that he's adapting given the current circumstances. That is well worth looking into, and once you understand how to use it, it takes a little bit of learning, but once you're there, it does make life a lot easier, believe me.
So after you finish downloading, you can run the installation wizard. It's naturally going to come up with Windows Defender has come up on this PC, saying it's an unknown publisher. It is, as long as you know what software you're installing, that way you can tell it to run anyway. So I trust the software. I know that it's Photocomp, so I will click run anyway.
Have you ever had anything else come up, Brad?
When you've
clicked run and
so
really?
It's good to have good security on your PC. So once again, another little thing popped up to say that this software wants to run on your computer, which is okay.
Just interestingly here, Brad, while you're doing this, we run AVG antivirus on the Gore Club laptop, and it wants, every time I go into Photocomp or it downloads an update, it wants to send it off for a scan, and that can sometimes take up to half an hour. So it's probably very efficient, but it's damned annoying when you just want to get in there and get on with what you're doing.
Yeah, all software is going to be different with your virus protection, but I highly recommend, I've got a bit of background in computing, I always highly recommend that you do have some software protecting your PC. On this one, where I'm just using McAfee, but that's a bit exy, and also it's very hungry on computer power as well. So if you run that one, you certainly want to have a pretty beefy computer. So, but as long as you've got protection on there, that's the main thing. So now it's come up with the evaluation only, so you can continue from there if you want to just have a look and have a bit of a play with it. In this one, we are going to upgrade with our camera club's full version. So I will type this in and I'll be back with you as soon as I type it in.
While Brad's doing that, I'd just like to send a bit of a cheerio too. If you're looking over my right shoulder here at the Milwaukee, at the Team Red racing team that have gone into, well, they've gone. They're no longer, which is really quite sad. So cheers to Will and the whole team. Thanks, guys. We really enjoyed your input and look forward to seeing you, Will, back in some form or other soon.
Okay, so we've now come up with this first screen, which tells you a bit, it's a bit of a welcome screen that Phil's written out, gives you a bit of insight on how to set things up a little bit, and it also helps that if you know somebody who is operating this software, I've found that you can shoot them questions, and same with anything that's really complicated. Phil's really good at getting back to you and helping you through it. So from here, I'm going to click, I don't want to see this page again. But yeah, it looks like there's a lot of helpful stuff written on there. So we'll just hit continue. And now it's asking for the organisation data, which is, this is where you write all about your camera club. Also, it's got the codes if you do the server option, which you hire the server space from Phil. This is where you write in the all those settings, which will be sent out on an email. So I'm going to just go ahead and do that.
And I'll just back up what Brad says there. Phil Stapleton is excellent in his support. Like all software, you can have issues for all sorts of reasons, and a lot of them are that they call E330. That's the error that sits 330 millimetres away from the screen. And you will make errors, and Phil is excellent. He will help you out, and he'll give you advice, and you can talk to him as a real human being. He's good, very good. And you only need to do this part of it once, okay? Once this is set up, you don't have to come back into the screen ever again, unless you want to make any changes. Yeah, I think Phil's trying to claim us still, mate. I have had that chat with him that we did leave. We left a long time ago. It might have been in chains, but hey, we did leave.
You can also add a logo in, which I haven't really played around too much with the logo, but Andy now, who's our competition secretary for our club, yeah, whether he's played around with it or not, I'm not sure. But a lot of clubs do. They put their logo in there, and it comes up on their page and can be on their website as well, on the entry forms. This here, what I'm filling in now, so it's basically asks you what day you meet on, which with our club it's Friday, and entries close. So that's when you want to close your entries before the competition. So all clubs are different, so you can just type it in there. That way, when you set up your actual competition, it will you can just set the competition date, and it will automatically put in when the entries close beforehand. So we close a week beforehand, and so we just put the days in there, and that way we put it in so it closes on a Sunday. I think it's Sunday at midnight. So that way everybody knows. You can tell all your members all the entries have to be in by such and such because the computer automatically closes it off. Here's where you put your scores. So our club scores out of 10. You can use half marks. We don't use half marks. Awards, if you click on Manage Awards. So here, this can be quite handy after you've finished scoring your competition. You can actually assign awards. So some clubs will do honours and merits. Our club does honours and merits. Some clubs do first, second, third, like Google Club does first, second, third. So this is where you can add those different awards in. And later on, you'll see how we use that. So here we can add, we can leave it as Gore setup. Saves me writing. Oh, I'll put it in there. Yeah, all right.
You're the top honour and top honour, don't you?
Yep. So you can assign point values to those awards. Our club doesn't. But if you get awarded an honour or a merit, and if you're a club that awards points for those honours and merits, you can put them in there. You'll find that this software, I think, pretty much covers just about any camera club competition. So whatever your rules are, you can pretty much manipulate this software to work with your club, which is what I really like. Makes it a fairly big part of software and setup, but once you just follow through it like a bouncing ball, and put all the things in there, you can't go wrong.
And they use it a lot for exhibitions too, Brad, apparently. I was reading a endorsement from some organisation in Norway only last week or two that uses this for their exhibitions, and they were singing his praises and saying how simple it made life for them.
Okay, it's good software. I highly recommend it. We've been using it for a while now at South Coast Camera Club. Even with the odd little, we've had a couple of little issues, but we've been able to fix it before the comp and get it up and running. You'll find that a lot of it's probably user error or doing something a bit strange or a bit different, but Phil is there. He'll help you through it as well. He contacts back really quick, and you usually get up and running before the competition starts. But if you follow the same steps each time, and just be a little more careful when you put competition up before the members enter into it, you don't have any issues. Now moving down, you've also got here because you actually can put your actual members into the software, and you can mark them whether they've paid or not. So there's a little checkbox here. So if a member hasn't paid, it can warn that the membership hasn't been paid. We not too strict on that. We usually contact members individually, but all clubs are different. This is an important one down the bottom here. If you're using projectors or any device when you go to show your competition, you'll want to have the correct resolution. This also helps with the entrance when they enter in their competition, that they size their photos correctly for the competition. So for us, we only use JPEGs, so I'll be turning off TIFF and PNG. Reason we do that with our club is that Australian internet is sort of a bit iffish, as we keep harping on about, but we want to make sure that we can download the competition easy, so we just stick with JPEGs. We've got a HD projector, so I'll be putting in 1920 by 1080. This all depends on what you're viewing it on, and the maximum file size will be 2 megs. 2,000, yeah. No, 2.
2.
I'm used to Lightroom in kilobytes.
That's right.
2 meg. And
we don't worry about any of that, do we? Below that?
It's already on the entries. This is for randomising the photos and the entrance. I don't normally worry about it here. I check on it later on in the software. So if I click apply there now, it's now telling me that Photocomp will send emails on your behalf. So what it does is when you download off the web and off the server, if you're using that part of Photocomp, is it will automatic, which is fantastic, it will automatically send a reply on your behalf, and it tells all your members that you've downloaded their images and you've got them. So that way that the people who have entered then get that little message that comes through and says, oh yeah, they did get my entry. So it just puts their mind at rest. Otherwise, you can have members worried that whether you receive their photos or not for the competition. So this just lets them know. And if they don't receive one, well then they'll usually contact you and go, well, I didn't receive a reply. Did you get my entries or not? And then you can deal with that when that happens. Okay, so now we've moved into the Create the Competitions tab. This is where you need to put in your you've got Photocomp settings there. Okay, so here will be where you put your email address in. So this is what it will use as the main email address for all contact.
Shall we make Andy wonder what's going on?
Nah.
Why
Andy
not?
will be fine.
Send him a test email. He'll be on the phone in 5 minutes.
Okay.
So you really want to hop out of that.
That's well, you can start a competition.
Yeah, and just, Brad, while you're there, before you hop out of that, just drag that list down. This is the clubs who use Photocomp. Okay.
Oh, yeah. This has it got everybody there?
Yeah,
or is that
everyone's there. Go down to G. We should be there somewhere.
Okay, Gua. You'd be under Gua Camera Club, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I was just wondering whether this might be just
might
the
just be England perhaps, yeah. Or European.
We'll go down the South Coast.
Oh yeah, you're there.
Yeah,
South Coast Camera Club.
You mightn't be added on the list yet.
Oh, well.
So you haven't been using it for that long, I suppose.
Yeah, we pop up. Anyway, doesn't matter. But the point is, it's a very extensive list.
There's a lot of camera clubs that use this software.
Yep, that's right. So it's not something that just dropped out of the tree yesterday.
I reckon I might have added it at some stage.
Oh, you got to add it there.
Yeah, and that must put it up on his thing.
Yep.
I don't know. It's that long ago. I just seem to remember now. I added South Coast Camera Club to it, and that might be how it works.
I'll have to do that to Google.
Yeah. I'm surprised it won't let you update the members list already.
Not here. No.
We'll click finish.
Yep.
Okay, we're going to leave the episode right there. So this will be a multi-part series. And make sure you check out the subscription below, hit that subscribe button, and give us a thumbs up if you liked the video, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.